Hello, friends. Welcome to today's reflection and meditation. The topic today is life. And if you have been following the whole series, know that the title of this series is Affluence, the Relational Quality of Spirit and Life. We had a session devoted to affluence, a session devoted to the relational quality, a session devoted to spirit, and now this session is devoted to life. Since it forms the theme of our long series, I find it inspirational to explore each part of the title as a way to not simply narrowing in on what we mean, but rather opening us out to what is possible in understanding something in a new way. And life is such a mysterious word. I mean, where we are alive, we have life. We know what life is and what life isn't, metaphorically, symbolically, and somewhat biologically. And yet, it eludes us with what it actually is. I am taking some of my reflection from Wikipedia, so if you want to turn to Wikipedia to take a look at some of these points, please do, because there's lots of footnotes and you can go in different directions. But one of the facts that's pointed out there is that scientists and philosophers have been studying this since we've been in existence. What is life? And the reason it's been elusive is because it's not a substance. It's not like I can hold it like these beads. It's a process. And it's a process that involves so many different layers that it can't seem to be reduced into something that is quantifiable. Now, if we look at it from a simply biological standpoint, which I think is a great springboard towards understanding the vastness of life from an eternal perspective, you can obtain many definitions that say that life is a biological process that is self-sustaining and signaling. So if matter is self-sustaining and signaling, if something is that, it has life, it is alive. And if it doesn't have that, it is not alive. It is also a process that preserves, furthers, and reinforces its own existence in an environment. So you are alive inasmuch as you are furthering and sustaining and preserving and reinforcing your very existence. If we look at it strictly biologically, when someone suffers a terminal illness and they want to not die, they do everything possible to stay alive, to have their biological process continue. Now that also can be a start point or a portal to understanding the breadth and depth from an eternal perspective. But before I go into that, I want to point out the many characteristics, and again, I got this from Wikipedia and from a few other places as well, that are characteristics of what it means to have the process of life taking place. First, there's homeostasis, which means that the organism does what it needs to do to remain in a constant state. If you're too hot, your body does what it needs to cool. If you're too cold, your body does what it needs to maintain an internal body heat. Homeostasis, a constant state. Secondly, biological process characteristic is organization. It has one or more cells, and these cells have a process that they themselves do in order for life to take place. And they do that in an organized way as the you that is you. The third is metabolism. There is energy. There is a conversion of energy. There is a decomposing of matter in order to have energy for the process of life. There's growth. There is a higher rate of anabolism versus catabolism. So there is growth, meaning that usually something is increasing in life. Now that's easy to see when you see a baby become an adult. It's less easy to see when you have an adult saying that they're still growing, even though they're aging and they seem to be declining. There's adaptation, which means the organism adapts in a way with an evolutionary process to be better able to live in its environment. Adaptation. There is a response to stimuli. For instance, if you put your hand near fire, you're going to pull it back really quick in order to maintain life. And the same could be true in moving forward towards something as well. And lastly, in this list of characteristics of the life process is reproduction. There is a productivity that happens where life is continued, where you participate in the continuance of life here on this earth. Now, when you look at it from a philosophical standpoint, you get a lot more nuance. For instance, Aristotle, who is highly quoted in relation to what life is or what life is about, he came to the conclusion that every living thing, every matter that has life, has a soul. Everything that has life has a soul. And that life is a form with self-motion, with perpetuation, and with self-attention. Now, where you get into interesting ideas around this is when we need to entertain the possibility and probability that humans and creation on Earth is not the only place where life is happening. How do you talk about life then? If you're talking about other planets, other universes, other dimensions, what are we talking about when we talk about life there? I have a colleague who just said that if he had to define life, he would say that it is the divine experiencing and expressing itself in diverse forms in creation, which links us very intimately to the title of this meditation series. So if life is that which has soul, and if the divine is the process of expressing itself as life, in diverse forms, then how could we take the biological characteristics and pull from them a deeper understanding of what life is? Now, I invite you to take this on your own time. Take each of the characteristics and see if you can write down at least one characteristic that's not situated in this three-dimensional reality, that it actually points to something beyond that. For instance, I'm going to go through each one of them and give my take on it. If I were to take homeostasis and say that life is the divine expressing itself in form, homeostasis would be the qualities or characteristics as a human being with a soul, or as a soul, of equanimity and peace at all times. Metabolism, I would say that it is the energy of being a light being. Organization, I would say it's that participation in the divine order, in the journey of the divine in this three-dimensional reality. Adaptation, the characteristics of being evolutionary, that we are constantly expanding beyond what we know ourselves to be. Response to stimuli, I would say that is our innate characteristic of free will or divine will. Growth, that ability to be ever-changing from the place of the unchanging essence that is our soul. Reproduction, that quality or characteristic that we are creative, innovative, generative in our contribution and expression in this life. So what words would you give to these biological processes that take it out of the scientific exploration of just this creation, just being on this earth? And how could that influence your perspective of life and being alive? Interestingly, Aristotle says that life is about one thing, that the whole aim of existence is happiness, and that happiness is discovering how to live a virtuous life. But happiness is at the seat of it all. Now, interesting that spirituality would, in many traditions, lead us to be suspicious of false forms of happiness that can sometimes be misconstrued as being suspicious of happiness as a worthy end to our lives, because it can seem self-centered. If we pull away the suspicion around happiness in its essential quality, we can dive into a possibility that this life is all about pleasure. I think it is very helpful that Tantra and that philosophy in its many forms is penetrating the Western psyche. Now, it's still in its infancy stage, but if we look more deeply at the essence of Tantra, the belief is that it is in pleasure that all healing takes place. Think about a time when you healed very deeply. I bet you would say that there was an aspect of pleasure to it, that there was an opening up to the experience of being held, being seen, being loved. And in that, when we recognize that we are loved, we are held, there's pleasure, and in that pleasure, it's safe. And when there's safety, we open up to the healing. And when we open up to the healing, we step into the fullness of our own life. So before we step into our meditation practice today, I would like to read this sutra, Sutra 51, if you're looking at the larger number in your book. And I want to read this first line as a support to what I presented here. This body, right here, is sustained by altars to the radiant nectar of life. So we have the opportunity in this engagement in the process of life to see that this body, that we actually are lifted up, that sustaining quality that life is as a process, that happens by altars, setting up altars to the radiant nectar of life. It's sustained by the very altars, the very outpouring, the very surrender to, the very bowing to, the very opening up to the radiant nectar of life. And I'm going to end by reading the entire sutra at the end of our meditation, because it gives the tutorial of what to do about that, how to actually engage that process. To support our exploration of life, today we're going to do the metta prayer, which is a Buddhist prayer, and I'm using a mala, which is Hindu, but related to the rosary, which is Christian. And this metta prayer, and metta oftentimes being referred to as peace or happiness, this one's one of many different translations, and we are simply going to recite the translation. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. And you will be able to follow me. If you wish, you can look very lightly at these words as we tone them, or you can close your eyes as you remember them, and we will open up like an altar to the radiant nectar of life. So I invite you to close your eyes. And open. To recognize that when you say the word or phrase all beings, you are referring to yourself. You are referring to every person in your life. And you are referring to every living thing. We're going to tone each line twice so that if you wish, you can actually keep your eyes closed and repeat the phrase that I tone, like a call and a response. But if you know and have memorized these phrases, feel free to tone them twice with me. And let yourself bowing to the altar of divine life within you and all creation. Remembering the words of Jesus, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Drawing in a breath and exhaling. And drawing in a breath and beginning. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. Of the life that you have energized within yourself and expressed and sent to all creation. This body is sustained by altars to the radiant nectar of light. Around you, an ocean of air ready to become your breath. Above the head, the glow of an invisible sun. Within the spaciousness of the heart, a pulsing throb of creation, where the breaths meet, fuse, and transform into each other. Whenever, wherever your mind wanders, whatever you wonder, return to the luminous. Choose any altar. Imbibe its energy as you journey. Throw your attention again and again into one of these centers where spirit and flesh consummate their love. Day by day, old whirlpools fade, the endless circles. You are living in the temple of essence. And bowing before the altar of life and your life, draw your palms together in front of your heart and open your